The killer in the back seat.
This legend first appeared in the late 60s, where, like most urban legends, was spread through word of mouth. But what really blew this one up was the newspaper.
In 1982, Ann Landers was at the helm of a wildly syndicated newspaper. She decided to publish a story when she received a letter from a concerned woman. In the letter, the woman states that her friend was in a terrifying incident while driving home at night.
A car began to follow her, but she thought nothing of it. That very same car had been following her all the way home, which made her uneasy. Scared, she began to accelerate so as to return home as fast as possible. The man in the car behind her began to turn his headlights on and off at what seemed at random times. He even went as far as to bump her car. This terrified her and made her go as fast as possible, even running a red light. She would not stop, fearing for her life, and eventually made it home. She finally escaped, is what she thought, until she turned around, and at that moment she realized the man following her was trying to save her. He was trying to deter the man trying to kill her, the man in her back seat. No evidence was ever found of this incident, but the friend says that she was on a phone call with her while this was happening. As with any story, they change as they are spread from person to person, not unlike a game of telephone. The more people that learn and retell the story, the more it changes. He tells her that he really likes her, but she responds with, "The feeling's not mutual. Sorry. Have a good night." As she was driving off, he saw a man in her back seat. He began to call her repeatedly, but she never answered. As this was happening, someone began to flash their high beams at her. She was startled, but thought nothing of it. As she began to pick up the speed, so did the car behind her, and when she slowed down to let the car behind her go, so did he. Concerned, she picked up speed and tried to lose him, but he continued to follow. In the meanwhile, her blind date was calling her repeatedly. As that was happening, the car behind her crashed. After it crashed, she received a voicemail from him. He almost sounded dead, lifeless, and told her, before losing consciousness, that there was a man in her back seat. As he said that, she realized that it was him following her. She was never seen again. Many people believe this legend is just what it is, a legend, but some people believe that it's actually based off a true story. In 1964, in New York, an escaped murderer was hiding in the back seat of a car. Ironically, that car happened to be a police detective's, and the felon was shot on sight. Whether he is real or not, we may never know, but beware of the back seat.